at odd times, 11 o'clock and 3 o'clock, which is great because then that's the coffee time and the mid-afternoon tea time.
I have to take tablets, and I never know whether I'm on Monday or Tuesday or whether...
Not only can they come up with new ideas, they can gauge their value as well.
For people like me who are still mobile, not in a home yet.
Yes.
And have very small tablets to take rather than large amounts of medication.
Is that British made, Helen?
Yes,
what I was looking at.
and actually
Swab trays, shampoo bottles, gift boxes have all come from meetings like this.
But they sent me a box free. I had a box of 36 free.
Creativity isn't a part-time thing.
Really useful. The other thing I take myself...
It's a philosophy of life. A company must be imbued with it from top to bottom. But big companies often have a built-in bias against it. They're bureaucratic and hierarchical, things which stifle ideas. Ammonia fertilizer technology was outdated. Plants were like power stations from an older, darker age. The British multinational ICI wanted to change it. They picked two men to revolutionize the business, Ken Arkley and John Halstead.
We probably wouldn't have developed the technology, and certainly wouldn't have done it at the speed we needed to.
The problem, of course, was how to communicate between all these people.
We had to use a medium whereby we could communicate easily, and that was pictures. Without pictures, we would never have got it to work.
And that's bringing a new dimension into the problem solving and the creativity.
You mean the construction engineers not being able to communicate with the process people and understand what they were saying?
Begin by stopping experts working in isolation, handing results down to other experts to work on. Get the chemical engineer to talk to the structural engineer. Point out flaws in each other's plans while they're still in the computer, before a penny is spent on pipework. Some people, too, are naturally right-brained. Turn their ideas to images in a computer. While they're there, get left-brain types to make them more practical. Computerized lateral thinking. The new plant's half the size, modular, cheaper, so right, so functional. It's like art, sculptural. The left brain's cascade of thought drowns the right. But the right brain is what gives life its meaning. Some think it's a conduit to a consciousness deeper than our own, a place beyond common life. A place where poets get their insight.
The church stands tall like the emperor of the land. All is quiet. A tree bends like an old man looking down at his children. Rooftops stand out among the trees. The dominant figure of a tall tree leads its fellow pilgrims. Far in the distance, the motorway buzzes. The leaves rustle in the wind like castanets. The birds swoop across the sky. The tractor rumbles through the fields. A wagtail hops by. Singing a cheerful song, the clouds seem to talk to you. The hills in the distance look blue and purple. The sun shines down on the fields and trees, looking happy.
The clear view stretches over the bare Cambridgeshire countryside, fens on one side, hills on the other. The church stands majestically looking towards the dovecot. The trees seem to rock in time with the warm westerly wind. Parallel fields waiting for their next chance to produce a good crop next summer. Meanwhile, birds hop across the bleak fields, foraging for food. The distant rumble of the motorway breaks the silence.
Creativity is schooled out of us. We learn to judge, to look for the single right answer. We want to be right, right away. A bit of scorn and we drop a good idea. Hurt by a question, we drop a promising idea. We learn to be logical and drop wild ideas. Ideas, we learn, are risky. Then we try to recapture creativity by tricks. It's better never to lose it.
Polished diary. Good, that's another good idea.
Coton Primary School, Cambridgeshire.
Straight shapes, like a propeller blade.
Ruth Poulton keeps mind supple by lateral thinking.
Wooden frame.
Brainstorm for ideas, then judge them by simple rules. What are the pluses, the drawbacks? Consider all factors.
Rectangular or...
This year, the school will make electricity with a full-scale windmill. Once they sort the problems out.
The only problem is we can't fit it on the bicycle wheel.
Last year, the children built a full-size play structure based on the Greek myth of the Minotaur, itself perhaps a myth about right-brain thinking, the search for truth in the maze of life. Creativity is about playfulness, letting your hair down, letting go of reason. Taking risks, breaking rules. Looking for new angles, being childlike.
A conker under a microscope. The chestnut brown of the conker shines. The beauty of the middle looks like the inside of a cave. The white and grey...
The left brain is sharp and clear, but its world lacks poetry and meaning.
It's about 3 times as big onto the microscope as it really is. It is amazing.
Children are poets and naturally creative. We forget we all are. The open mind has a child's insight into wonderment. Look without thinking, and the world lights up into a place of fire and splendor. The commonplace shines. A little light, the poet said, leading back to splendor.